Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I am Nether, my pronouns are he, they, and I have some lovely guests today. Lovely guests. Could you please introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name's Alice
I'm in the void.
This sets the tone.
Oh no.
Alice, would you care to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Alice Napalm. I use she, her pronouns. Should I talk about the character or you want to just go around the table first?
Let's go around the table first. We'll introduce characters when everyone is here.
Fair enough.
You might have to just call people's names out.
Yes, I should. Faegroves, hello.
Hi, I'm Faegroves. My pronouns are she, they, and I'm fatally sorry. I'm just so distracted by captions.
I'm going to teach mine how to say your name.
I'm a variety and community streamer, and I generally do a lot of cozy stuff and narrative-based things, and I'm really excited and happy and honored to be here.
We are honored to have you.
Hell yeah.
Kaemsi, the lady of the hour, the empress of the 72 hours.
Hi.
As it should be.
I don't know if I can talk right now.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
I understand
Breathe.
the Bulls DMs were just leaked by Dasmith. It is a lot to take.
there's just so many balls.
So many balls.
Or can someone else go first?
Yes, Sunberry, if you would,
Yeah, I got you.
please.
I'm in the void right now, but
Yeah,
hi.
you are in the
My
void
name's-
right now. One moment there. That is not how it's supposed to be.
But hi, my name's Sunberry.
That
I
is-
use she/they pronouns. I'm a variety
better.
gaming pansexual mom friend here on Twitch, and also fellow partner in Spice, alongside my lovely Empress and the lovely Nether lad in the Plains Meld. Very happy
Hello.
to have y'all here today, and I am excited for goofy, magical girl, probably gay shenanigans. So it was funny. I was describing this game to my husband, and he had never heard of Thirsty Sword Lesbians before, and he's like, do you think there are any lesbians? And I'm like, I don't know, babe. What do you think?
Absolutely not.
I don't know. Debatable, really.
Debatable indeed. Ooh, another donation by A. That will be
Hey.
counted for the Dasmith channel, because we have not been raided in yet.
Yeah, we'll
I
be getting
also
the
see-
raid soon, folks. So if
also
you want
see
to
we've
hang
been-
out for those incentives, totally fine.
Yes. I also see that someone ran a poll on us, and the proper spice for DMs is rated Mrs. Potts.
I feel like I'm missing something here.
I am too.
Like from
That's
Beauty and the
that's
Beast?
I think so.
That's
Like
not
the
spicy
options
at
were
all.
cayenne pepper, black pepper, pepper Potts, and Mrs. Potts, and then of course draw.
Oh, I see. It
Of
just.
course, draw.
Of course.
I think it just turned into chaos at some point, and honestly, that's on brand.
Yeah, I think I've given Dr. Andy too much power modding him.
I was gonna say that's got Doc written all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you
Chaos?
say this economy, Stomkunst, chaos in this economy, but the thing about that is we have raised over $4,700 already, and this stream is about
Holy
to
shit.
indeed this stream was about to kick off the second 42 hours of the 3 days full on stream event. We're already more than halfway to our goal, and we have 48 hours to go.
Everyone showed up.
Everyone
Oh
did.
yeah.
It makes me so happy.
Yeah, that's a big number, says Anthracite, who I know likes maths.
Oh, we
Big
love us a big number
numbers.
in this household.
Yeah.
Look, we got big numbers and we got big balls. That's the plan.
I forgot the balls for this
Hell yeah,
stream.
baby.
I mean,
Oh,
like,
Hang on.
not
I'm
the
adding some
balls.
extra balls to the chat. If y'all got
Like,
balls,
for the
drop.
plot.
I'm more than
Great
willing to
time for
help
some
donate some balls. It's all good.
Balls. Oh, so
There's
many
just so many
balls.
balls. What are we gonna do?
I have the emote, I have the command. I have not yet put balls into the plot of the event.
We'll work.
I'm just
we'll
waiting
work
for
work on
it
that.
to be like a ball puzzle, like in Legend of Zelda.
That is possible. Hey, Kaemsi. How are you doing, my dear?
I don't know.
Kaemsi is at the moment just not available yet, I hear.
Came
No,
to blue
it's
screen.
okay. I could do this. Forgive me being not my most composed self, but it's me, Kaemsi.
Composure is not a stat in this game.
You can call me Kaemsi. You can call me Kay. You can call me Empress if you're feeling fancy.
Of course, Empress.
And we're here because me. It's my fault.
Whoa,
It is
whoa.
not your fault. It's actually SCOM's fault, and I'm coming for their kneecaps.
Fault is a strong word.
Wait, your captions, Kaemsi, said call me kfc.co.uk. Oh, the chaos.
Anyone else wants a fried chicken?
I can't wait to
He's
redeem
so-
KFC bot tomorrow in open house and hope we get Call Me KFC on Core A.
Mm,
Oh god. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like everybody who's tuning in knows a lot about me already.
we may have seen a video or two.
Yeah.
There's stuff I do on Twitch. I mostly stream story-based games, but I've also been known to do productivity streams, makeup stuff. Gosh, I do a lot of talking. So, you know, if that's
Texted a few people in the squad. Can I see them here? No, I have to see them in.
There's a
in
shout out
it-
clip right now.
Oh,
I forgot you play clips automatically.
Dude.
It's pretty helpful.
I can turn it off. I think I should turn it off for the stream.
But I mean, I do
Oh,
love
God.
Kaemsi Bath. That's just serotonin for free.
Oh god, yeah.
Just like
okay.
Hello, sorry about that.
Breathe, my friend.
Also, we get to watch Mass Effect booty. I mean, what? I've never noticed this. What? Ooh.
Nuh-uh.
Listen, the
We
people
are
of Mass Effect
ready for
franchise
raid.
Wee.
We are.
07? 07.
I believe we have done the ad management. Yep, we have a warning for pre-roll off set up.
Hell yeah.
At some point, I will be calm, but then thank you for bearing with me.
We'll try and be a little bit less chaotic as you introduce yourself.
We're all doing our
Eh.
best.
I mean, that feels off-brand for us to not be chaotic in some form.
I mean, if it gets to become a hindrance, we shouldn't. But
Feel,
otherwise,
feel like that was directed
heck
at
yeah.
me.
Oh no, it's not just directed at you. Meanwhile, I'm just bopping to the music.
Pop,
I
pop,
can't hear the
pop.
music.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Lot of me. Oh wait,
It's
are you
okay,
running
we're
it through
just vibing in
the?
the Discord call.
Are
I'm
you
running
running
it
it through
through-
the?
Not.
Okay.
I'm not running it through. Sorry. No.
Okay,
just
okay.
just OBS.
I'm gonna put on my own music then.
That's fair. I will run it through Foundry though.
Ooh.
That was the name of the thing I couldn't remember.
Bish, it's Averdal. Hello. I haven't said hello to anyone today.
now's
Stumpkins,
a good
well
time
done
to
on you
have
getting
yeah, a
first.
A lot of
Hi,
people
little
to say
sleepy
hello to in like 5
dragon.
minutes.
Alice got third. Well done. Munchkin. Hoi. Ray of Swords. Hello. Raisin H. Yo yo. We have Flutiz and Gothic Pluto and Dr. Andy. We have get username 753. Well done on getting that username. K9, charismatic canine is here too. How lovely. We have an anthracite. We have all these lovely, lovely people that are here, including Jim Biddy Bim Bim. We have all of these lovely folks. Hey, it's A. How wonderful to see you two. We have a Fatalay in chat. What?
What?
We also see an Averdall. Yes, hoi. And I'm so happy to see each and every one of you. I'm so excited for this game.
It's been
I'm
a
excited.
month of excitement in the works.
Mm-hmm.
So many exciting plans.
So many.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm just still giggling at my husband being like, do you think there's lesbians in this game? And I'm like,
Maybe there are.
You know, he's really good at context clues, okay?
Okay, I will play it once for Alice. There's not going to be sound alerts today. Beyond this one. Do-do-do. And that's it, folks.
Thank you, my friend.
You're welcome. Let me see. I have a second.
In this game?
I have a laptop next to me, and I need to make sure that that screen doesn't turn off because I have my basic move references there.
Oh wait, I have to open that too. Yeah! Woohoo!
Yes, Biff!
Welcome, Raiders.
Welcome in to the Stream Raiders. I am Nether. I am joined here by these lovely contestants: Alice Napalm, Faegroves, Kaemsi, and Sunberry.
Hello!
But the reason you're all here is because we are part of a 72-hour raid train for Kaemsi Mutual Aid. And for that, we have a video to show you all. So let me bring that up. Mm-hmm.
Thank you all for being here.
Hi, it's me, Kaemsi. I use she, her pronouns. My friends and I are putting on a stream raid train together to raise money for an alternative power solution for my home. This is going to be 72 hours long to represent the longest unplanned power outage I've experienced to date. I'm a neurodiverse Indian South African who has multiple sclerosis and diabetes. I'm immunocompromised, so my full-time university education, paid work like Twitch streaming, and other unpaid work all takes place at home. This is made possible thanks to electricity, but for the last 16 years, South Africa has been plagued by blackouts known as load shedding. I am desperately in need of an off-grid power solution to free me from the restrictions these outages place on my life. Load shedding is rotational or rolling blackouts. That means that our national energy supplier Eskom turns off the power for sections of the grid in an attempt to save energy. This currently leaves me without electricity for 8 to 13 hours per day. Beyond that, sometimes the power just switches off randomly. The harder it gets for Eskom to meet the national demand for power, the longer these blackouts become. It all started back in 2007, and Eskom has continuously struggled to meet demand ever since. It's projected that this winter, the power outages could go up to 18 hours a day. Being on the southern hemisphere of the planet, that winter is starting now. South Africa's whole energy infrastructure is on the verge of collapse because of corruption and mismanagement. The situation is systemically catastrophic and only keeps getting worse. Load shedding impacts my life in very serious ways. I am dependent on doing everything from home, working, studying for my bachelor's, and socializing online. Every blackout limits my ability to engage in these activities. Additionally, Power surges have the potential to damage any electric appliance in my house, like my CPAP machine, my computer, and even my stove and fridge. I've lost too many doses of insulin as a result of these outages, and my insurance doesn't pay for replacements. This vicious cycle makes it nearly impossible to maintain my health, my home, and my life. I can't engage in the outside world safely because I'm immunocompromised. So when I'm disconnected from the only safe method of socialization I have, I'm isolated. Load shedding is a lonely experience for me. And to add insult to injury, the cost of electricity has soared in recent years, putting my family under more significant financial strain. So, what's the solution? At this point, the best long-term alternative is to utilize renewable energy through solar panels with a sufficient battery bank to store power during outages. $1,500 gets me 4 solar panels, an inverter, and a battery kit to power my PC and peripherals almost indefinitely. $3,600 is the cost of a starter kit of powering a house, but as we're focused on powering my PC, the additional money can power the house lights with an extended solar panel array and battery bank. $6,000 gives us enough to power the fridge, and $8,600 covers the washing machine with installation costs. The good news is that these systems are upgradable, so if we don't hit all the stretch goals, my family and I can expand on the installed solutions over time. Now, here's where y'all come in. I'm asking for help in a couple of ways. 1, contributing financially to these solutions via pally.gg/tip/Kaemsi. 2, sharing this video around social media using hashtag Kaemsi Mutual Aid. 3, boosting posts on socials with your engagement for any post using hashtag Kaemsi Mutual Aid. And 4, participating in the live streamed Kaemsi Mutual Aid Raid Train event. You're here. Welcome in. Each streamer has their own incentives and micro goals for their community during their segments, with financial participation helping each community meet or exceed their goals. Even just by participating in chat or lurking when we raid, you will be helping to boost viewership across the 72-hour event. This solution doesn't totally liberate me from load shedding. It will still exist outside of my home, after all, but it transforms the main impacts of load shedding from inescapable to manageable. Electricity is a basic need. Thank you for helping me access it.
Only, 700-ish tabs open at a
Welcome
time.
back. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen and watch that video. I really, really appreciate what we've all been doing so far. And I am just stunned by all of the wonderful donations that have been put into this particular event.
Y'all are all fantastic so far. We're so excited to play with y'all.
I genuinely don't know what to say.
Well, as we get into the prim and proper... Stamkunst has donated $20 for a reroll. So, I will say these are communal, so if you need a reroll, you can use one of them. And
Oh, thank goodness.
Thanks, Stam.
that is very kind.
Thank you.
And
I never know how my dice luck is going to go.
Yes,
I
please
think we
use
should
that
start
urgently.
here. Our story today concerns a group of, well, not teenagers. Not teenagers anymore. There once were 4 girls, or students, I should say, to make it clearer. Students at a very nondescript high school somewhere in the world, and they had a destiny thrust upon them. They had to save the world. From maybe aliens, maybe fey creatures, maybe, who could say what they were, really? But they were crystalline beings, taking on the appearance of other people, sometimes even the four of them. They fought them, pushed them back, and even managed to seal them, just in time for graduation. This forged deep and strong bonds between each other. However, time has a way of breaking these bonds. And it has been 10 years. 10 years to the day that they fought and defeated and sealed the Crystal Eidolons. And on that day, they were all attacked by none other than these Eidolons, these crystalline beings that did not just take the form of their old companions, but also had the same weapons they carried. Alice, if you'd like to share a little bit about your character.
Yeah, sure, of course. Hi, I am playing Asham Jones, the devoted of the party. I am the tank friend. I use both he, him, and she, her pronouns. As a general, I'm kind of just like your average everyday businessman. And then when I transform, I become a different person, quite literally. I change genders and I become an entire new aspect of my personality surfaces.
Right. Now, who would you say Asham had the closest relationship with during high school?
During high school, it'd have to be my friend D would probably be the closest one that I was to.
Okay. So, Asham, you were attacked by a crystal eidolon resembling D. D, could you describe your character?
Yes, D. D is of Indian descent. Very tall, very buff lady. Her appearance doesn't really change much when she transforms, but her aura becomes darker. Lots of black in the aesthetic. Gaunt sort of shadows on the face emerge, that sort of thing, because she's known as the infamous. She is a reformed villain, and pronouns are she, her, by the way. But yes, that's E. Selby.
So that was what the eidolon that attacked Asham looked like. Asham managed to defeat this eidolon, but D, who were you attacked by?
Good question.
I know.
Considering everything, probably Asham.
Probably Asham. Oh dear.
Yeah.
So.
Arnar.
And Alice, you had a very good description of what your eidolon would have looked like.
Yeah. You want me to go into it, or do you want to take it?
It was your idea. I think
Okay.
you have the best grasp of it.
Okay. So, the eidolon that attacked D is a perfect manifestation of both aspects of Asham. Split right down the middle. Half is in your standard businessman, everyday suit, hair slicked back, and the other half is Asham's transformed self, armored the standard magical girl frilly outfits and ribbons and bows. When she transforms, her hair grows out, so half the hair is like really short and slicked back really well, and the other half is grown out and flowing in the wind.
Ooh, elegant.
Very
would
elegant
be
indeed.
Very frightening
Mm,
to see both of those things clash.
Yeah. I've just received word that the 100 donation from the Dark Player is going to be rerolls, so you do not have one reroll, you have 6.
Wow.
God bless.
Oh,
Bless up.
You will need them.
thank you.
Oh no, I don't like the way they said that.
So,
Poggers.
so we have had Asham being attacked by an Eidolon resembling D. We have had D being attacked by an Eidolon resembling Asham. Could we have a second pair that way? Hedley, could you describe Caritas?
Caritas Smythe is your seeker. She was born and raised into a very secular and secluded sort of cult called the Family, and that's about all you need to know about it.
Oh my.
She after escaping, she has sort of attacked the world around her, like hungry and voracious for knowledge of all of the things that she missed growing up. And she is halfway through a sociology PhD. She still dresses pretty conservatively. She's very quiet. She's covers most of her skin, keeps her hair very like braided or in a bun. Very kind of like willowy and pale and tries to. Her energy is very like dampened, I guess, so that she is maybe purposely trying not to be noticed. Yeah, that's her.
Thank you very much for that for that description, first of all. Thank you also for all of the donations coming in. We haven't even started yet, and I have to introduce a twist.
Oh no!
Oh no.
So,
we're like,
What are you doing?
before
$50
that
from
happened,
5,000. Amazing.
Wow.
Wait, did I do the math on that right? I think I
close enough, yeah. I think then Caritas have been attacked by an Eidolon that resembles Xiomara Hart?
Yes, which is really weird and spooky for her.
Mm-hmm.
Because she of all of the companions, I suppose, that she banded together with in high school to vanquish this evil, she's probably closest to Zio, or has the strongest connection with Zio. Maybe like a little baby crush on Zio.
A baby crush or a full-on grown-up mutual, like
maybe like maybe like an
mature.
entire adult mature crush on Zio. Yeah.
Are you in Lesbians with her?
Are you
In
the L
lesbian?
word?
Are we in
In
Thirsty
Thirsty
Sword
Sword
lesbians
lesbians?
together?
Son, would you please describe your character, Xiomara Hart?
I sure will. This is Xiomara Hart, also known as Xio. They use they, she pronouns, so they preferred she's fine. But they are a plus size individual with normally short cropped hair, and they're always wearing like just very colorful, goofy clothes. They have a pear-shaped body. When they transform, though, their skin turns a bright cyan blue, as well as gathering the usual magical girl frills. And they use a big magic bubble wand to attack with water-based attacks.
Chef's
They
kiss.
they are a relentlessly eccentric person, and they are outspokenly eccentric and weird, but they also are very insecure about that weirdness. So it's a strange mix of being really loud and also quite terrified of being so loud. They tend to be kind of cagey around strangers, but they have grown very attached to the members of their team and kind of treat them as like the only friends they've had. And so they can't tell if that is deep admiration or actual romantic attraction. So smash question mark on everybody in theory. Like in
Lovely.
practice, not so sure.
Lovely.
But Sia also has a bad habit of befriending creatures and monsters that are typically not friend-shaped, but Sia believes they are friend-shaped. So their life goal is to make a better and safer world for all creatures, and they do have a small black Schipperke, which is a little German Spitz-type dog, who also magically transforms and was definitely not an Eidolon creature that they befriended. No, it's just Sprinkles is a cute little dog, and we love Sprinkles.
Sprinkles is a lovely, cute little dog which doesn't have dog like puppy dog eyes. Sprinkles has full-on gems for eyes.
Yeah, I mean Sprinkles has like a disguise form for when they need to be out in public, but like for the most part, Sprinkles has like little fairy wings and is like also blue and sparkly and just full on like glittery, and is definitely not subtle when transformed. So
I've had Sprinkles for 5
got
minutes.
the
If anything ever happened to them, I would kill everybody in this room.
I think that's how CO feels too.
Tyrannic's odds, a cute little dog that walks up to you and asks if you want to make a deal in exchange for magic powers. Tyrannic's, it was the other way around.
Yeah, other way around. Zio was just like, friend, and essentially stole them off the battlefield.
Yes. So, with that, I think we are going to transition here to the reunion.
Oh
And-
gosh.
Oh
Think-
boy!
Asham brought the four of you together first. After the fight with the Eidolon, and I don't know. Do you hear the music? Because I don't hear the music.
I hear it.
I don't hear
I
it.
hear it.
I have my own
yeah.
music playing. I might have beansed up the settings in the thing.
Which is
Mm,
fair.
no music.
I got nothing.
Um, one moment.
There we go.
There we go. Asham, you have always been the, how do you say, for lack of a better term, the leader of the group. You've always seen the cohesion between the people. You've always taken charge and set the action. And so now you're the one that brings the four of you together.
Right.
It feels odd, I would say, to bring everyone back after so long, and especially after being attacked by, well, an enemy creature that very much resembled Dee.
Scary.
Yeah.
Did I really reform? Who knows?
Oh,
Oh.
oh my.
But you do know there is something very bad because the Eidolons have not been back for 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, we beat him up good.
So what do you do?
I think Asham is going to, in like true businessman fashion, he's not gonna call a meeting that could have been an email. So that's the first thing he's gonna do is he's gonna send an email out and be like, look, hey, I was just attacked. We should maybe talk about this. I'm opening a line of communication. I was attacked by, was it Eidolon? It looked a lot like D. Kind regards. Asham.
Sorry. Made me giggle.
In corporate hell, Asham. So yeah, you
know
all
what?
get this
Here.
email. Probably, like, how quick do you send that email after the attack, Asham?
I'm gonna go ahead and say that's gonna be like as soon as I have a refreshing beverage after taking down my own. Like catch my breath, sit on it for a second, and then shoot it out. Like get right into typing about it.
Everyone receives that email very much close to their own event.
Ooh.
You immediately get a automated out of office response from Kari's.
Oh no! That's the twist!
no.
You're all on holiday!
Ah, beans!
Oh no!
Someone call the manager of the Eidolons and let them know they can expect their fight in 7 to 14 business days.
Yeah, I mean it's the end of the semester. You're not gonna hear from she does get the email. Kari responds just very sort of perfunctory, just had a similar experience. Glad it's not just me. Where and when?
Sia will also respond pretty quickly, being like, yeah, that happened to me just now. Why are you being so fast? But also, why is this happening? Where are these people? I thought y'all were all over doing your own things. I don't understand. And it is just as chaotic, minimal punctuation.
No capitalization.
Some capitalization, just not in helpful places.
Random capitalization?
Yes. Not like full random like the SpongeBob meme, but like just occasionally words will be capitalized because they remembered, oh yeah, I should probably differentiate when a sentence is starting.
Okay, you joke, but I did have a student who did that. Like, it's real.
Oh, it's very much real.
I can believe it.
No, inspired by real life events.
How does D respond?
I think the response actually takes a long time to come through. Because D hesitates to message back. I'm assuming that my particular event where I saw D try to attack me, not D, sorry, Asham try to attack me is fresh on my mind.
Oh yeah, I can bet.
And so I'm very suspicious now of this email, but eventually I do reach out with a bit of a code phrase just to try and see if there's any sort of memory about like whether this individual who messaged me has any actual knowledge of Asham or not. And
Do love some spy shenanigans here.
Oh, are you shit testing me?
Oh yes.
a little bit, yeah.
The badger flies at midnight.
But he doesn't have any popcorn.
But it's probably going to be something like I had the quill that I took from Jones all those years ago. But you know that it's not a quill.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I imagine that you probably would have responded back, Asham, to say like, I don't know what you're talking about, why a quill? And that's when I know, okay, it's at least worth investigating, because either this is Asham or this is such a good imposter that something's wrong. And then I will heed the call.
Yo, nice. Sorry.
Yes, because this is interesting. Like you said you took a quill from, who did you say, Jones?
Jones, yes.
Jones. But you took like a pocket knife, a carving knife, rather than a quill.
Yes.
Good to know. And so that gets called out, and you've got your confirmation.
Yeah.
So what's up? What's next? What's their next step? Meeting up? Or...
Sia would be on board with that.
Dee is definitely going immediately to meet Asham in person because confirmations need to be made.
Okay.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
I think with that, I'll send a message like, "Yo, D's coming out. Maybe this email should be a meeting."
We have reached the point where the email is now a meeting.
Yes, yes.
We actually want a meeting, not an email.
Indeed.
Wow.
Good for us.
So,
Sia would send some encouraging message being like, "We're stronger together. I'll be there."
I think then, if Caritas also agrees,
Yes.
the next time you see each other is probably at your old haunt, which is the high school that you all went to. Has a, well, at the time, it was a recently closed off part of the school, as there was a newly renovated gym hall just built to the east of the main school campus. Now the western gym hall sat abandoned. And what was previously an abandoned gym hall now is a dilapidated gym hall.
You would have think they would have done something with this by now.
Fortunately, as it has been abandoned, you know the trick of opening the padlock. It's a master lock. And as you all get in, one after another, you find your little quartet of, now magical adults.
I will also note that Sprinkles is here, but he is in regular dog form.
Okay.
He is going to trot over to the group and give a little bark of greeting.
Is Sprinkles comfortable with like pets and scritches and stuff?
Oh yeah, no, he is absolutely an attention whore all over everyone's face. Like you can push him off, but he will absolutely be in everyone's face if possible. He's a little dog, so like he wouldn't he maybe would get up to your knees, but like he wants the attention. Please give all scritches and belly rubs.
Asham's gonna sit there, look at his watch, and be like, "Okay, can we make this quick? My lunch break ends in like 20 minutes."
You're gonna go back to lunch after being attacked?
Look, man, spreadsheets aren't gonna write themselves.
Yeah, but spreadsheets are boring.
Spreadsheets aren't gonna spread themselves. Okay, I'm done.
Hold on, wait, I can do this. I can do this in the game now. I can just hit this.
Oh my god.
That is indeed 6.
Wait, why did I roll a dice? Shit!
But yeah, as you find yourself in this gymnasium, it was like the size of a basketball court, but it also had a stage on the far end of the court. So you remember you were here like 10 years and a day ago, fighting the Eidolons here. Because on the stage,
it's the anniversary. That's so weird.
On the stage, suspended in midair, something that only the 4 of you could see after some checking, is a sparkly, glittering heart, emblazoned with a 5-pointed star. And that is the seal that you had set on the Eidolon's realm all those years ago.
Kari's immediately gonna go and poke around that and see if anything seems wrong or messed with or tampered.
Kurtos, as you go and check if it has been tampered with, I think we should find our first move here. The first move I would like you to make is, I think, Defy Disaster.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Wait.
Okay.
When you push your limits to achieve something extraordinary, that's not covered by another move, or to avert an imminent danger to yourself or someone else, say what you're willing to sacrifice and pick your approach.
Or no.
So, there are 5 stats you have. You have Daring, which is might, endurance, or courage.
Yes.
Grace, which is swiftness or elegance. Heart, which is charm or social insight. Wit is cleverness or knowledge. And spirit is willpower or metaphysical skill. So, magic, as it were. What is it that you're willing to sacrifice, and what approach do you choose?
I'm going to approach. I'm going to use a witty approach, a knowledgeable, clever approach.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. This is this seems important.
Maybe.
I am willing to sacrifice a page from my book.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay. And remind me, that page of your book, that is filled with all of the observations and also conclusions of your time outside of the family, correct?
Everything that she has observed and learned since escaping from the family is written in this thick tome, and she is willing to sacrifice a page from that tome.
Okay.
Wow.
Let me I would like you to roll and choose your approach. So wit it is?
Wit.
Okay, so on your character sheet, you should have the move Defy Disaster.
Oh.
That is a 9, a mixed beat. On a 7 to 9, I will have to offer you a hard choice, or you succeed with that sacrifice. The hard choice here should be, let's see, and
you can't see it, but I'm squishing my face with stress.
I hear it.
I hear it.
I hear it.
Get your emotional support plushies, chat.
Oh, I got Gritty right here.
Not Gritty!
Gritty's my emotional support, Gritty.
Okay.
Oh no.
I would say that the hard choice here is with the commandments that you've been given. And did we write them down somewhere? I don't see them.
I have them. I'm sorry, I have them.
Can you send them to me?
Yeah, let me do that real quick.
Thank you. Okay.
Where do I have them written down, though, huh?
Right.
45 tabs open.
That's a relatable sentiment.
Revenge of the Tabs. Also, Feliz, I did see the message about 2 random players, a string on another player. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give Caritas a string on D.
Oh wow.
Thank you.
And I'm going to give Xiomara a string on Asham.
Ooh, okay.
So we're connecting the pairs.
Yep.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit more.
I like it.
So, when I get that from
Okay.
Bailey, thank you so much. Ooh. There is one of your commandments that had been ingrained in you during your early years, which comes up now. And that is, as you reach out for this heart, this glittering heart, it suddenly shimmers like the bodies of the Eidolons that you have fought for so often, so long ago. And from it, as if it were a portal, a large, long-fingered hand reaches out and scratches at you. Tearing the sleeve of your bulky outfit, uncovering your arm's skin.
Eek.
Oh, beans.
Do I see this?
Oh yeah, you're very close to this.
I'm leaping right into action. Like,
You're
just
leaping
same.
right up
into
there.
action. Okay. With that, I would like, as you do so, bring this up. Let's see. Would this be a... Would you think this is a fight move, or would you think this is also a defy disaster?
Hold up. Let me look at Defy Disaster.
I personally
Because
think
as
Zio
you-
would go into fight, if that helps.
Yeah, as you leap into action, I would say that you can see that this arm does not retract. Instead, a figure starts to emerge from it.
Uh-oh.
And this figure
No.
shifts, moves, even though it's like crystal. You hear these chimes of crystal on crystal shifting, changing itself into what you now see is like an amalgamation of the 4 of you. So
I hate that.
split through the middle, you can see the masculine and feminine figure of Asham. You can see the stocky, sturdy build of D. You can see that it is somewhat like strangely covered in a crystalline robe that you have seen Caritas wearing earlier, like years before. And you can see that where it shows quote-unquote skin, it has this vibrant blue shade of crystal.
Like me.
Like you. So, Asham, Xiomara, you've chosen fight. I would like you to roll with daring or grace.
Beads were the thing. 2d6, right?
2d6 and then include daring or grace.
Would we be mad if I use one of those rerolls?
They're there for a reason. Oh, that's just one. And you're rolling with the spooky witch?
I am the spooky witch.
I
I
don't.
hit the button.
But Asham is not.
How do I?
Do you have your character sheet open?
Yeah. And it's showing me as me.
Weird.
Not
Interesting.
I knew the amalgamation was coming for us sooner than later.
Did you roll with the danger move fight on your character sheet?
Where do
Oh,
I
maybe I should
find
do that.
this?
It should be under moves. I can.
Character sheets. I just did it in the corner, so maybe that's it.
That might be it. Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
where am I?
That is a 6, but you have a +2 on daring and grace. Wait.
I missed that the first time, so I rolled again.
Oh, you rerolled, yes. So the rerolls are now 6 instead of 7.
Boy.
Also, Fun, you are a little robot-y, or am I robot-y?
No,
No,
she's
it's
a little
not.
body.
It's Sun, okay.
Oh no.
So Asham, could you roll 2d6 plus 2?
Yeah. Do I do it from the character sheet?
You can do it from the character sheet, that might be easier, but if you want to do it manually, that is also possible.
Where do I do it from the character sheet? Because I don't see the thing.
Oh, I see. We have pre-roll ads coming up.
Okay. How did you want to do this?
While you're looking up the move, I will roll the commercial. I do apologize, people. I should have run commercial later on as we started.
prevent those pre-rolls.
Yeah, that's the idea.
And then I used Defy Disaster? Question mark?
Yes. No, it's fight if you wanted to do so.
I need to figure out what the hell my thing is.
What do you mean?
No, when I eventually decide to do something.
Ah.
What
There.
it does.
So we are
I think I
currently
figured
in
it out.
ads. Okay. That is
There we
a
go.
much better roll.
Figured it
Okay.
out, chat.
We'll get to that when the ads have rolled.
In the meantime, for those who are watching, is it possible for you to set the scene again?
Oh yes. Basically, what we're in is a gymnasium the size of a basketball court. The basketball hoops have long since been disassembled. There is a stage on one side of the court where currently Caritas Smythe has reached out to a glittering, floating heart with a 5-pointed star on it. And as they reached out for it, it reached back, flashing at Caritas's clothes, and now emerging as an amalgamation of these 4, thirsty sword lesbians.
Wait.
Speaking of thirsty, hey, have you hydrated yet?
I should.
Good idea. I am sipping some extra water. Also, I hope I sound less robot-y. My
You do
internet
sound much
connection
better.
was fine. So I don't know what happened. I just closed everything I didn't need. So
Don't know what happened there either.
Mm.
It's all good. Sometimes
It sounds better. Yep.
things happen.
Agrees.
Sometimes you just
That's-
gotta be a robot, I guess.
Sometimes, but not right now. With that, I would like to see the results of what you just rolled, and that is Xiomara Hart has done a re-roll, rolling a 6, which is a downbeat. 7 and up is either a mixed beat or an upbeat, which means you get a result that you wanted, but there may be a cost. 6 or lower is a miss. On a miss, something bad will happen, but let's resolve Ashem's result first. On an upbeat, you choose 3 options out of 4, and your
Okay.
opponent chooses 1 of them.
Okay.
So the options are you flirt with or you provoke your opponent and gain a string on them.
Flirting with them, though.
Through violence or cutting words, you inflict a condition, which is basically the way of defeating enemies through damage. The third is you create an opportunity for an ally through prowess or distraction. Or you take an object from your opponent or seize a superior position.
I think I'm gonna go with the last. I take 3, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna go with the last 3: the damaged, the create an opportunity, and gain advantage. And was it?
Yep.
Location or whatever. That one.
You
yeah.
gain a superior position. Yes.
Yeah.
And you create an opportunity for someone else. So,
Yes.
what this Eidolon sees is you bring out your own weapon. What does it look like?
So Ashem's sword is very, very plain compared to the rest of her outfit, right? Like her
Mhm.
outfit's all like flowy and armory, and then the sword is just plain steel looking. It does cover her hand, so she can do like a 2-wheel grip and protect her hands and block attacks.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of
defensive.
that, it's defensive, but also just very plain looking, especially in comparison to the rest of her outfit.
Yeah, it's like you're this very sparkly, flowy, feminine, magical girl, but you have an actual functional sword.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not decorated. It's not like extra. Yeah.
Mhm. As you do so, you charge in, you break part of this crystalline figure's arm that was reaching out for Caritas, and it starts to roar, and this roar is like this crystalline wind chime of weird, distressing harmonics. Which through breaking the arm, you gain a opportunity for someone else, possibly Caritas, to either get out or strike at her discretion. But Xiomara, as you rush out, you can hear Sprinkles start yapping and yelping, which
Oh, no, they fucking didn't.
momentarily distracts you. And as you grab your sword, what is it like?
The sword is not fully a sword. Like, it has a big rounded bubble wand at the top with a star in the middle.
Yep.
And it is a bright yellow with little blue wings on it.
Mm-hmm. And this star in the wand is also a 5-pointed star. And these you try and strike at this Eidolon, but like being distracted by Sprinkles, you don't really know where to aim. And so these globs of bubbles and water, they miss their mark.
Oof.
Who might they hit?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Do I have to pick?
You have to pick the 2 that are closest.
So it has to be Caritas or Asham, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Am I about to get moistened?
I'm afraid
you
so.
might-
I think Caritas is the choice I'm gonna
You
make
might
here.
get hydrated.
I mean, we are thirsty. It's good to be hydrated.
And
Helping.
moistened towards lesbians.
I feel like this interprets to CO as CO trying to help, and it just their over enthusiasm did not assist. In fact, went the other way.
Hey, would this make Gartas angry or frightened or feel hopeless or feel insecure?
What is the effect magical, or am I just damp now?
You are basically being hit by giant globs of water.
Magic bubbles.
They are magic bubbles, but they do hit.
Right. I think insecure.
Insecure. Okay.
I think the effect of water specifically, like making the clothing cling more than I was thinking that. Yeah, that's insecurity.
Yeah. So the torn sleeve now hangs, like whenever you want to use that arm, your arm would be exposed. It is not very easy to just have that be covered at the moment. That and the fact that your clothes are now clinging to your body, not so much concealing as much as before. Yeah, that you get the insecure condition.
Sorry.
D, you see all of this happening in just a fraction of a moment. What goes through D's head?
I think, given everything, my first instinct is my first decision is to go for the person who looks most vulnerable, and that seems to be Kapkari. So, I don't even know if it's possible. I'm going to try and dash their way to either become a body shield or to pull them out of harm, like danger's way.
Okay. Let's see what kind of move that could be. You're trying to protect Kari.
I feel like that's what Defy Disaster. Maybe.
Yeah, I think that might be a best one. Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
So, what is it that you're willing to sacrifice for this move?
Does it have to be a physical thing?
It does not have to be a physical thing.
What am I willing to sacrifice? Someone's good opinion.
Oh. Okay. So I would say, and you also have to choose an approach here, which stat you use. I will say it cannot be grace.
Yeah, that would make sense. Either daring or spirit.
Yep, that's possible.
I'm just thinking, give me 1 sec. Metaphysical prowess. So, if I use spirit, would I be able to use some of my magical girl energy?
I would say so.
Okay. Then, I don't think that I have the capability of dashing in physically fast enough to get to Kari, so a sort of shadow is going to sort of expel from my body. It's okay. Shimmery. It's like sort of. Have you seen those like alcoholic drinks that have like glitter in them? Kind of looks like that, but it's like
yeah.
It's like very dark and dense and shadowy. It's very sort of like.
What color?
I'd say there's like gray and some very sort of like deep red. Like deoxygenated blood, kind of red.
That's
okay.
Cool.
And it
Which is more blue
shimmers
than
as it,
red, but-
as it shimmers, that like bluish purplish trail comes off of your body towards Caritas, and it nudges Caritas out of the way. If this works.
Yeah.
So
I need to roll.
you need to roll.
Nice.
Am I doing this correctly? Who knows?
That is Spirit, a 10. That is,
Yeah!
you do it
Hell yeah.
with style.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
What it says is you do it with style, and at the GM's discretion, you may also learn new information, discover a new opportunity, or gain a string on someone.
Ooh, we're
As
succeeding.
you rush towards Caritas to get her out of the way, your echo hits part of this crystalline spirit, this being.
Mm-hmm.
There is a sudden flash of memory from your past. Past you are not as proud of.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Ooh,
And-
intrigue.
As you pulled this energy from your magical abilities, you held the pocket knife, your sword, and you can see yourself in this memory looking down, holding the pocket knife and seeing someone else. For just a moment, before Asham comes in and stops you, and the memory fades. And the crystalline arm it's retracted to the body of this eidolon, and it turns its head towards you. It is going to either inflict the guilty condition on you,
Mm-hmm.
or I will say that as this happens, you push a little too much, and you would either lose your strings on Caritas, or Caritas gets a string on you. So, are you going to become guilty? Or is Caritas getting more leverage on you?
Oh, 100% guilt. I just saw a horrific memory. Yeah, no, guilt.
Okay.
Mm.
Hello.
Hello, you're welcome back. I was also about to message you. But yeah, Dee
That was weird.
feels incredibly guilty for, as this memory washes over her.
You step away for one moment. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, with that, this eidolon is about to move. And I would say
I have concerns.
that it is Asham and Ziomara that rushed in. He is somewhat out of the way, and Caritas is, has the opportunity, as the Eidolon is somewhat distracted now, to either get away or get in. But first, the Eidolon is going to strike. It is going to rush towards Ziomara.
That's fair.
And I... Whoa.
Have we transformed by this point? Or do we still need to do that?
Asham is transformed by this point.
Ooh, okay.
But you can choose to do so. However, before that happens,
Yeah, no, I need to get smacked. Anyway, carry
you're
on.
going to get smacked. Ziomara, you get staggered.
Ouch.
When you suffer a staggering physical or emotional blow, you choose an option from the following based on the number of conditions you have marked. Currently, you don't have conditions marked, so you choose out of these 3. You lash out at someone whose regard matters to you. You provoke them to do something foolish or harmful and take advantage of a string on them if you have one. That is 1.
Uh-oh.
2 is you hesitate or stumble and the opposition gains an opportunity. Or 3, you grin and bear the blow and you take 2 conditions.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
I think
Ziora is about to get smacked in the face by this Eidolon.
I caught the tail end of that. I just didn't want to interrupt you.
I think I'm going to go ahead and hesitate, and the opposition will gain an opportunity.
Oh. Instead of crashing into you, it grabs you by the shoulder, pushes you down onto the basketball court floor, and is now standing over you, kind of holding you in place.
There are other people I would like being in this position instead.
Oh my. But
Just saying.
it is now, you are now, I would say, it is going to put you in an insecure position. So that is a condition that you're in. I would also say that you're stuck. There, you need to do something to get free from here. But yeah, with one hand, the crystalline Eidolon is pushing you down. The other arm is about to transform into something as you hear these crystalline chimes turning into something else as it is about to attack again. What do you do? And this is for everyone.
Would this be an okay moment to take my opportunity moment?
Yes, absolutely.
That have been given.
Yep.
And I am going to leap to Sio's defense. Kari would have run, but now seeing the situation that Sio specifically is in, that's not okay. And it's time for action.
Won't say no to the help.
So I'm gonna do a hit.
You're going to fight?
Wait.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. And I'm gonna do that with grace. Well, here's my compunction, right? I have a +1 to grace, but I'm very moist
You're
at the moment.
moist.
Begin moistening.
So I don't know if I'm particularly graceful in my moistness at the moment.
I like the idea that you are like less graceful.
Yeah, I think maybe
you have to use daring here.
Graceful at this moment. Yeah,
I think you would have to use daring then.
Moistness, it's hard to be graceful.
Oh no, the levels of moistness are rising.
Listen, you miss a bubble attack one time.
And now everybody's just a little more moist than they'd like to be.
Wait,
right,
I have an emote for this.
Let me do Let me just yeah. Let me roll daring. Come on. Oh
Ooh,
no.
that is a 4.
Oh,
Would you like a reroll?
No.
I was gonna say,
I would love a reroll.
Okay, reroll is going down to 5, and you get to roll that again. That is worse.
Oh no!
So
Too moist.
you
Too
are
moist.
you are too slippery, as you've not fought in these particular clothes before. You've not fought in these particular clothes before when they were wet, and despite the lack of maintenance on this building, the floor of a basketball court can be slippery.
Oh, no.
no.
So you
Never done
rush
sports in
in,
my
taking
life.
that opportunity that has been presented to you, and you slide. You lose your balance, and you kind of bump into Xiomara as she's lying there under the arm of this eidolon, which looks down at you. And this crystal has no face, but it starts to chime. It kind of harmonizes for a moment, and you hear from these harmonizations as if a synthesizer would speak. It says, so easy. And it is going to slam the other arm, which is mid-transformation, into Caritas. I would say
Fucking
that
balls.
balls indeed.
So many balls.
That could either make you frightened or hopeless.
Ooh.
Oh, balls, balls,
I
balls,
think that's
balls, so many balls.
gonna do me a big spook.
That's going to make you frightened?
Mm-hmm.
Question from Alice.
Can I use Defy Disaster in the middle of this?
You want to try and avoid what's happening here?
Yes.
Okay, how?
Pair up.
Sure. Okay. Caritas, you do not get the frightened condition yet. Asham, batter up.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you want to sacrifice, and pick your approach?
What
Like
do I want?
this is not a fight that you've experienced. This is raw.
Yeah.
This is going at like after your jugular, as it were. This
Yeah.
thing is not mindless like you've been fighting these creatures. This has a intelligence. And it is striking you where it hurts. So
I'm
how?
willing to sacrifice.
Your remaining 4 hours on the clock?
Crap, that's a hard question. Alright, so I'm reading over this. Do I sacrifice a stat or do I sacrifice an object? I don't entirely understand the skill
It
here.
can be a physical thing, but it can also be like a subjective thing. Like it could have been like D's or Caritas' opinion of D. If D were to push her out of the way too hard.
Gotcha.
It could be
Gotcha.
something. It could be something physical, like you have to use something that breaks during this. That's a possibility.
My sword.
Oh. Okay.
Cool.
That's an interesting.
Cool sword.
So Asham,
I'm willing to put my sword and sacrifice my sword to prevent this damage.
interesting. Pick a stat and roll with it.
All right. We're gonna use Grace and hope this comes out okay.
That's a mixed beat, 7. So you could succeed and break the sword. I will say that will make you either frightened or hopeless until your sword is somehow repaired. That is one option.
Okay.
I could also make it so that Caritas gets pushed out of the way. And then I'm going to roll whether you get hit or Xiomara.
Oh boy.
I'll take the success with a sacrifice.
Okay. So, you rush in, and you slide as well, but yours is controlled. And as you slide, you push Caritas out of the way, you hold your sword up, and this crystalline arm rushes down mid-transformation, and as it does so, it breaks a chunk out of your defensive basket. And we have just reached 5k.
Fuck yeah, let's go!
Woo! Let's go!
Hell
So,
yes.
With that, your sword is no longer defensive. It cannot be used for any defensive moves right now. The only thing it can be used for is to cut and to hurt.
Oh, balls.
I'm good with that.
Balls. Oh, so many balls.
I mean, I'm probably not going to be good with that, but I'm good with the choice.
Mm-hmm. So, this figure again speaks with this synthesized voice. So, it must come to you. Ashram.
Anyone else get goosebumps, or is that just me?
No, it's
Oh, goosebumps.
Oh,
Too many things,
goosebumps
too many
all the
things.
time. I will, with the transformed arm, it seems to be like a cannon of some sort, but it starts to pull away at something in Asham. Asham, you feel how your transformation slowly starts to be siphoned away. Now, this is a process that takes a while. But
Can
this...
I interrupt it?
How do you want to interrupt it, Dee?
Can I call on a toxic power?
Oh shit.
We swinging for the heavens, huh?
No, they're fucking with all my people. Not a chance.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, how do you want to do this?
So, I had that energy pull Caritas out of the way. But it's still kind of there, so I think I'm just going to sort of redirect it and shroud this crystalline being's head with it so that it can't see, and all its focus is going to be on my voice.
Okay.
And the question that I'm going to ask is,
Mm-hmm.
who are you after?
Ooh.
Ooh.
You can ask your question, and you can roll spirit. And due to T's donation,
Yeah.
you have a +3
Ooh.
on this.
Thank you, T.
Ooh.
We're using danger moves. We need to roll
Mhm.
big. Come on, let's go. Go big or go home. We're not going home just yet.
That is a beat
Hell
already.
Hell
Hell
yeah.
Success.
I will allow you to bank this for one move, so it's not used on this one.
Yeah, that's fine.
But with an
No complaint.
upbeat, this toxic power answers the question,
Mhm.
what are you after? And grants
Who are
you,
you after?
who are you
Excuse me.
after? Okay.
Mhm.
And It grants you +1 forward, which means a bonus on moves dealing with this information.
Okay, so what's the information?
The information is, as this shroud of dark energy from you enshrouds the Eidolon, you feel again a rush of energy, of memory, bringing you back, and you realize you're in that same scene again, but you do not look down as you hold the pocket knife. You look up and see yourself holding it. There is an arm kind of in front of you, and you realize you are looking at yourself through the eyes of Jones.
Ooh.
Or, as she is known, Joanna. That was always her name, but you didn't care.
Yeah, of course I didn't. Oh.
And this Eidolon looks at you and says, but doesn't it not break your mind? Knowing who I am? And this laughter echoes through the gymnasium as wind chimes that are just too cheery for what is going on. You get that +1 forward.
Alright.
But you're not just guilty. You become insecure.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
We hit the next game code giveaway.
Yeah, we did. So much stuff going on.
As always.
Yeah. But yeah, D, you realize you are not just fighting a crystal. You're fighting the mind of something else.
Do I have any indication that this is actually Joanna?
An indication.
Is there anything about this that's like...
Roll wit for figure out a person.
Okay, give me 1 second. Wait. Lots of windows, only one screen.
That is a 6, so that is a downbeat. However, you have a +1 to act on your information, so that is a 7, a mixed beat. This is also the move that you can use T's bonus on.
This is not that urgent.
It is the only it is the only one that you can use it on. So do you want to keep the 7?
So if I don't...
If you don't, it'll drop.
No, I mean the 3, the +3.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't use it now.
Yep.
Okay, I'll use it then.
All right. That is a 10.
Yeah.
You may ask 2 questions, now or later in the scene. What are your feelings towards X? What do you hope to get from X? How could I get you to X? What do you love most? And how would you feel if I X? Or, in this situation, I would also allow you to ask the following question. What is your connection to Jones?
Is there a place where I can look at these? Sorry.
That should be in the handout on page 8.
Page 8. Figure out a person.
Mm-hmm.
I may ask 2 questions now or later in the scene.
And they don't get a question towards you.
Right. What are my feelings towards Joanna? What do I hope to get from Joanna? How could I get... how could Joanna get me to... What? No. How could I get Joanna to... This is not clear. Sorry.
So, how could I get Joanna to do a certain thing? Maybe stop attacking, or stop focusing on someone, or something like that.
Oh, so what are Joanna's feelings towards me? What does Joanna hope to get from... What does Joanna want most? How would Joanna feel if... Okay, what does Joanna hope to get from me?
Okay.
And the second question... What were the other two that you said you would allow?
The other one would allow, I would allow was, what is your connection to X? So maybe what's your connection to Joanna? Or what is your connection to me? Or what is your connection to Asham, or Xiomara, or Caritas, or this place?
Okay, no, what do you hope to get from... What are Joanna's feelings towards D?
What are Joanna's feelings towards D?
Yeah.
You immediately know there is deep but buried hate towards D. There is also loss, as Joanna feels left behind by D. But not... You realize that is not just a feeling, that D... Like, it's not just D's focus. It is focused on everyone here. And the extra thing that you get is Xiomara's weapon has a star. A 5-pointed star. The heart has a 5-pointed star. You are here with 5 people.
Including the crystal being?
Including the mind that controls the crystal eidolon.
Absolutely not.
I need an adult.
No. We are not unlocking Crystal Hell.
It'd be too late for that.
Oh, crap.
Chat wanted a twist.
Chat wanted a twist.
Oh my gosh.
And chat gets a twist.
Why
Is
would you
Miranda
do
in the
that?
room with us
No.
now?
Because I'm silly. And I know
There
it'll
was
get an...
nothing silly about
Just a
that.
And I
silly little
know
guy.
I'm just a silly little goose.
Rather
I
just in a silly,
push.
goofy mood.
I call shenanigans. I call lies.
Because I know what the people want.
Our deaths, apparently. Oh crap! I feel like.
Does anyone else want to jump in as D is getting racked by the realizations of the past?
I mean, I've got a thing, but I don't want to be the only one center stage here.
Can I try and get out of being pinned under this crystalline being that is also a former member of our group, apparently?
Absolutely.
Possibly something?
I will say you have no memory
No.
of this person.
I'm giving further context. Also, hi, Raiders.
Hello, welcome in.
Welcome in, Raiders.
Anyway, the point is, I would like to get out, please. I would
You would like to
go
get out.
into the
Yeah,
out.
that's fair. Let's say I don't yet know what kind of basic move there is. I think just a daring or a or a grace roll for this, and we'll figure out what the response is.
Okay. So I just clicked the dice in my character sheet, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so it's the same either way. So let's call it grace, I guess.
Ooh, that's
oh
a
no,
4.
I've been rolling like shite.
Would you like a re-roll?
I feel
How
like
many
you
do
should
we
take
have
a
left?
reroll.
Yeah.
You have some left.
I'll take one. I can't promise it'll be better, but
Okay,
please.
well, with that, we have
Hey!
4 re-rolls left, and that is a mixed beat. So,
Better than trash.
you get out of there. I will say that is definitely happening.
Unpinned, please.
Unpinned. But Asham's detransformation is still happening. Whilst all of this is going on.
Oh boy.
And she is not looking good.
Right.
On a mixed beat, you can get out, but you will not be able to help Asham.
I accept that.
Okay.
I will at least hopefully be in a better position to help shortly, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, wait. I just realized a thing, but it is way far past.
Oh?
I took Gallant Rescue.
That might be a little bit late for someone else at the moment.
Yeah. I just realized it now. I'm like, what can I do in this situation? Like, oh, I defied disaster against someone. No worries.
Okay. So, Caritas and D. You can see Ziomar kind of like scooting out, and then Asham still being in the grasp of this eidolon that is taking away the magic of Asham. D is, I can understand if D is a bit freaked out with realizations.
I've got a thing.
Okay.
I'm ready to do a thing. I just don't want to take away from if Kari has anything.
Okay. Hey.
No, go for it.
All right. I am going to attempt to defy disaster.
Okay.
And I will be sacrificing myself.
You'll be sacrificing yourself.
Oh no. Oh,
That is quite the sacrifice.
I have waited 10 years to have an opportunity to meet Joanna again. If that's what it takes to see it through,
so
I'll do it.
Weird that this is how you find her. Because you don't remember fighting with Joanna.
Yeah.
You remember the bullying, you remember the stealing of your weapon, you remember Asham's intervention. But Joanna has never fought with you.
Oh.
But you also, and I think I would like you to just make I would like you to either make a wit or a spirit roll.
Where I'm going with that one. So I don't know if it rolled twice. I hope not.
No, that's once. 9.
Yeah.
you do remember that the Eidolons did not just attack you, they attacked other people. They attacked areas around the school.
Yeah.
But you've never heard of any victims. You only remember the people you've saved.
So
Were there no
am I
victims? Were the victims all saved? Or did something happen with the memories?
Something happened with the memories, or did something happen with their beings? Do I know anything about whether a person can become an Eidolon?
That is not information that you have.
Okay. Gonna operate with what I do have.
Yep.
And where the Eidolon is in contact with Asham, I'm going to go over and sort of try and wrap my arms around the Eidolon.
Okay.
Like, so if their hand is on Asham's hand, then I've got my arms around their arm, like sort of trying to tug.
Yep.
And in my hand, I have the carving knife
Ooh.
that I took from Joanna all those years ago.
Okay.
The last trophy of a multitude of victims that I made suffer during my bullying years.
Okay.
And I'm going to just hold it in front of this Eidolon's face.
Defy disaster with your chosen stat.
Yeah. So do I need to roll another thing again?
It should be in the danger move, Defy Disaster, that you can choose which stat you use.
Yeah. Okay.
Didn't you already roll?
Yeah, that's why I'm
that
asking.
was for information.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna go with. I'm gonna go with what I'm good with. You know what? I have a certain set of skills.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Six.
can I have
Would
a
you
reroll?
I feel like that's a good time to spend one.
You get to use a reroll. You have 3 left until people donate more. I will say, the happy ending is now possible.
Possible, but
Because
not
we reached
guaranteed.
more than $360.
If we
I keep
just
wanting
gonna
to say
just do
euros.
Instead of a reach round, I'm gonna do
It's-
a reroll.
That is an upbeat, I believe. Yes.
Yeah, much
Oh,
better.
bless.
So you do it with style. As
Ah,
you
bless.
try and pull away this contraption on the Eidolon's arm, away from Asham, away from having it suck away what makes Asham magical, there is a moment where Jones's pocket knife hits the crystal and it hums and harmonizes, and this being shrieks. Now, I will say, together, all of you can use a move. This is called Obliterate Eidolon.
I'm down for that.
An Eidolon can be
have a magical
temporarily
girl
banished
team-up
by
attack.
inflicting conditions, but only the combined powers of the mystical guardians can bring a lasting end to these creatures. When you confront an Eidolon as a team, each character says the name of their signature magic attack. Then, the player character with the lowest bond rolls. Now, bond is currently at 0 for everyone, because you have not used any strings yet.
Mhm.
So, It is a +0 roll. If tied, whoever feels least integrated into the team rolls. Roll bond and subtract the number of unmarked conditions the Eidolon has. That is a -2. So, you can do other things, but if you want to really destroy it, the bonus currently, or the modifier is -2 at the moment. That can be improved by either invoking strings for each other, or increasing the amount of conditions this Eidolon has.
Just gonna quickly see how we can invoke strings.
I was just looking at. I have for the cause. Can I use that?
For the cause. Let me see what move that is. Playbook move. When you fight the enemy of your devotion, it's against your team. You can suffer a condition to choose an additional option, even if you roll a 6-. You can inflict a condition a second time within a single fight move this way. You can, yeah, if you fight more. Like, you are now released from this effect.
Oh, wait, I inflicted a condition earlier too, didn't I?
Yes, you inflicted a condition upon the Eidolon.
Okay. Yeah.
The Eidolon has one condition. It seems to be angrier than it was before.
Okay. So I think, I'm gonna use for the cause, and that way, because that for the cause and then fight, right? And then that counts as like I can do 2 more conditions to it.
Yes, correct.
Okay. I think that's what I will do then, now that I'm freshly released from this hell.
Okay.
Fuck, how do I fight? I just roll with my stat, right? Like daring or grace?
Yes, daring or grace.
Alright, daring hasn't let me down yet.
Yes.
Has let me down.
Oh no!
Would you like a reroll?
Yes, I will absolutely take one of those.
I am so happy you say that, because, like, we still have an hour to go at least. And it just keeps going poorly.
Yeah, the dice are out to get us today, apparently. All right, let's try that one again. That's marginally better.
That is marginally better with a mixed beat. So, on a mixed beat for fight, you choose 2, and your opponent chooses 1. You can, through violence or cutting words, inflict a condition. Doesn't have to be violence. You can flirt with or provoke your opponent and gain a string on them. You can create an opportunity for an ally through prowess or distraction, or you can take an object from your opponent or seize a superior position.
I'm going to inflict a condition. And are there any objects for me to take from it? Before I commit to that one?
Are there any things you can take from? You can, these crystals don't seem to be fused together fully. There are some moving bits that are held up by magical means. You could take you could take and rip away a crystal.
I think we'll go with inflicting condition, which is going to be 2 for the thing, and then create an opportunity for an ally through prowess or distraction.
Okay. So, you can see that as you how do you want to achieve these conditions? Is it going to be fighting, violence, or is it going to be through words?
I think Asham, when she's transformed, is very linear minded. She sees enemy and goes fight. So I think it's going to be like through violence, just like as soon as the arm lets go, just grab sword and like cut. And try to create space that way and push like create the space and opportunity that way.
You can see that the Eidolon is starting to, like, there's cracks appearing in the crystals and they do seem to lose some cohesion. You can see that it is starting to become unstable or insecure. There's another condition that you can push for. Because you wanted 2, correct?
Yes.
The 3 that are remaining are frightened, guilty, or hopeless.
Oh, do I get a pick?
For this one,
Ooh.
yes.
I want them to feel hopeless.
Hopeless. Ooh, yeah, like
Oh,
your basket sword, with its basket destroyed, is
Basketball
now
sword.
just a tool for cutting. And it cuts through the crystals. Not just the physical minerals, but the connections where one crystal is suspended, attached to another. And you start to break it down. It is now looking much weaker. And it doesn't seem to be able to do the same things as it did before.
Okay.
And so, with that, you can see that the tide is slowly turning. As the 4 of you finally stand up, really for the first time ready to fight, without one of you being down or being surprised, you are now surrounding this Eidolon. Who goes first?
Oops, sorry.
I think it would be Xiomara then.
I suppose so. I actually wanted to... let me know if I'm doing this correctly. The system is still new to me, so I'm still kind of figuring it out. But I wanted to influence a string on D, because Sio would have probably noticed that they're having a, emotional crisis, TM. And Sio wanted to say, we're with you, D. You've always made me feel better about being myself. Now is the time to show our truest selves.
So you're trying to influence with a string, D.
Yes.
You can spend a string, and the first option isn't really something that we're going to use because we don't use experience in a one-shot. You can find out what it will take to get them to do what you want. You can add 1 to your roll against them after rolling, or you can add or subtract 1 from any roll that they make after rolling.
I was going to add or subtract from a roll that they make.
Okay.
Probably,
Sorry,
yeah.
I think
Full disclosure. But
You good?
that was such a fright. Sorry, the action music.
Oh, the
suddenly-
music started for you. I'm so sorry.
I
The
haven't
volume
been able to
just
hear
kicked
music
up.
this entire time.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
It was so loud.
I can turn the
Kari-
volume down a bit.
Sorry.
Kari was also going to offer emotional support.
Ooh.
And spend a string on D with that emotional support.
4 + 3, that works very well.
And
It's one or the other for now. So I would say that you either influence with a string or use emotional support for this move. You can do both, but we'll give others the opportunity to do other moves between them.
was the move I was gonna do too.
Is okay. So just to clarify, 'cause this is also a newish system for me.
Of course.
So if can I use a string in the emotional support in order to affect my roll? Was my plan.
Yes. You get a +3 bonus.
Okay.
When you spend a string for emotional support.
Yes. Okay. That is what I'm doing.
Yeah, excellent. So you want to offer someone, in this case D. Selby, support. You can roll heart or spirit, and you add +3 for spending a string.
Okay.
And I believe that is your only string on D, correct?
Correct.
So that is going to be over here.
Excuse me. I'm gonna just kind of, because we're now sort of in this circle. I'm just gonna look towards D, and I'm gonna tell her, "You're doing the right thing.
Ooh.
You're doing better. I believe in you."
Oh.
I love that.
I think Ziomara loves that too.
Obviously I'm gonna use heart for that because it doesn't make sense to use spirit. Please, criminy. So that's a 10
that is a 10 in total. If D opens up to you, they choose to clear a condition, get +1 forward, so a +1 bonus, or they gain insight from me about an obstacle that is that you're facing.
So it lies in whether I choose to open up or not.
That is correct.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll open up.
Sure, I'll open up. Excellent.
Yeah.
You choose, so D,
Wide open.
you choose, oh my, to clear a condition, to get a +1 forward on rolls, or to gain insight from me about an obstacle facing either you or Caritas.
This is my choice.
Yes.
I think the second one's more interesting.
The +1?
No.
The insight?
Information.
The insight. Okay.
I'm also curious about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you choose the insight. Because it's a 10+ that Caritas rolled, Caritas also gets to choose one, or take a string back on D.
If I clear a condition, am I specifically clearing a condition for D or for myself?
For yourself.
Okay. I am going to clear my insecurity because this moment of offering support is going to be like a grounding moment for, right, this is who I am, and this is where I am and who I'm with, and this is right.
Okay. Yeah. The words that you speak don't just hit home for D. You realize that what you're saying, like in this moment, you do not just offer support for D. You know that you can do this. And you're not insecure anymore. And D, as you hear these words from Caritas, from not just a fellow warrior, a friend, you look over to this amalgamation of crystal that it's so odd. It doesn't just represent the four of you. You can see, despite the bulky frame, you can see how the waist, the legs, shows a grace and elegance that represents Joanne, who, you know, was a crafter, but she did ballet. She was part of this. She was part of your group. And yet, you've forgotten. As if Joanne was just another victim of the Eidolons.
The victim he didn't even remember.
Because you don't remember the victims. None of you do.
Like that at all.
Okay.
That's intense.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was. Oh yeah. Okay.
And because Caritas used a string, let's see. Whenever an PC spends a string on another PC in a way that helps them, each PC involved marks one bond. You are both on bond +1.
All right. So
Oh, yeah,
something
get
we put that
bonded.
on our sheet.
I will make markers for all of you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I think I know what I want to do.
Okay.
I want to use what will you fight for?
Okay.
Which is when I use a figure out a person during combat. I can additionally ask a question, and I'm going to ask D.
Okay.
And the additional question is, what are you willing to risk death for?
Ooh, so roll figure out a person. You can do that via your sheet.
Yeah.
And that is using wit.
I think I'm going to spend a string on it for the +3 bonus because I don't have my dice.
Excellent. Go for it.
Wit.
That is a 13.
Okay, I didn't do that at all, but okay.
So,
Hot shit, baby.
hachi.
Yes.
So, because you also have the move, what do you fight for? Or what will you fight for? You may ask 2 questions, including what are you willing to risk death for? Or what kind of deeds earn your loyalty?
I'm... all right, so 2 questions. I think, while kind of trapped there, Ashim kind of noticed the breakdown, right? So I think, and then like the consequently like gently, not gently, like the pulling away. So like, how would you feel like if like something happened to you? How would you feel if we destroyed this Eidolon, right? And then the like, what are you willing to risk death for, and what do you hope to get from it?
From what?
From death.
Oh,
You're willing to risk it.
Like what would your sacrifice?
Yeah,
gain?
what are you sacrificing for?
okay. So, on a 13 plus, or on a 10 plus, so on a 13, which you rolled, D, what are you willing to risk death for? And what do you hope to get from your sacrifice if that happens?
These 3 wonderful people who took a chance on me when everyone else decided not to, and they had every right to. I had done a lot of people wrong, but yeah, I would be willing to die for these 3 people that are my friends, my comrades.
Hmm.
And I would hope that what I could gain from it is redemption.
Ooh,
I'm gonna test to make sure my captions are working correctly.
They do seem to be working right now. Thank you.
Okay.
But yeah, D would want to be redeemed if they were to sacrifice themselves.
Redemption, not ocean. Oh my gosh, captions.
Yeah, captions is the fifth contestant. It's always like a character unto itself.
KFC.
But with that, because Asham used that string, your bond increases as well. Asham's is at 1. D's is at 2. I think for that, we should take a short break to continue. Which will also...
Before the power goes out.
There's going to be 6 minutes of the Ask video. And I'll be right back. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching that video. I will have to run some ads again. Knowing that Kaemsi is not yet back, that might be the most opportune moment right now. So, I apologize for the ads, but necessary. I don't usually do this. It's nerve-wracking.
You're doing great, Nether. Genuinely.
Genuinely doing fantastic.
Quick, say more nice things about Kay. I would, but I'm worried that she might show up and become
Kaemsi's laughter
highly
is
emotional.
like sparkles in sunshine.
It really is, though.
It weirdly is how wonderful
It
and
is.
like
Infectious giggles.
serotonin-inducing the laughter is. And I think I harp on that like very often. With like Kaemsi laugh is one of the best sounds in the world, as Stamkunst says.
Yeah.
But that is not all that Kaemsi is. Kaemsi is such a wonderful friend. In moments where I struggle with like my bodily abilities, just like I suffer from post-COVID, and she is also aware of how bodies can fail you with conditions that she has, and she is really there for me when I need it. Like, knowing the things, like she has a wealth of knowledge and wisdom about chronic illness, about dealing with things that stand in the way of living your life. Kaemsi's back.
I also was
Good
going to
nerd.
say that Kaemsi is wise and is generous with that wisdom in ways that never feel condescending. I've never in my life felt talked down to or talked at by Kaemsi when she's sharing like that wisdom and that knowledge. I've always felt talked with. And I always am learning and growing, and I feel like being around Kaemsi brings out the parts of me that I love the most. And I think that's really special.
Yeah.
I think because of this, and I'm going to be starting up the music again, So, warning for
God, what is
loudness.
this?
Kaemsi,
Still can't hear it. I have no idea why.
as D, because of all of the nice nice compliments that we've given Kaemsi, I will let D roll for Obliterate Eidolon.
Ooh.
Okay. Oh shit, I kind of don't want to though.
You have the highest bond. People are
Yeah.
supporting you, cheering you on, and in this moment, it's probably like the most that D has felt the support of these friends
Yeah.
in such a
Do I
long
still
time.
have my conditions?
You have your conditions, I believe. Yes, guilty and insecure.
Yeah. Okay. What am I rolling?
You are rolling 2d6 plus 2. So that is not a move specifically. That is on your character sheet because I didn't manage to program that move. I am sorry.
He's okay.
Is it working or do you need the formula? Or did we lose Kaemsi?
Oh no.
We may have lost Kaemsi.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Kaemsi just...
Wait.
Oh, no. Oh,
Hi.
Kaemsi's still... Hello?
Easy.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
There we go. The lights went out, and so it took.
The lights
everything
went
out.
out. Yeah, that makes sense.
How thematically appropriate.
Kaemsi,
Hint.
I am going to ask this specifically now. Do you think you're able to continue playing, or do you want me to enact the D protocol? And by that I mean D is a damsel in distress protocol.
I think. Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm
Okay.
good. It was just, when the battery power, because this house has like a UPS for the Wi-Fi.
Yep.
But it takes a while for it to kick in. So
Right.
it went
Yes.
down for a
It
second,
went
but
down. That makes sense.
It should be good for the rest of the night.
What?
D's protocols, am I right?
Look, I've been holding myself in not to make that joke.
Wait, what?
Okay,
Arnold
we
tipped
talked about-
$500.
So hard.
Wait,
what the fuck?
I do not know who
Wait,
you
what?
are, or where you are, but I would like to find you and thank you for that $500 donation.
Oh no!
Holy shit!
What the fuck, Arnold?
Who's-
Yo?
Oh my
Arnold,
God,
who
really?
are you?
Yo?
Follow-up question. Everyone here, are you okay with like a second stream of Thirsty Sword Lesbians? Because that's been unlocked.
Yeah.
I'd be
I was
down. This
literally
is a lot
thinking
of
during
fun.
break. I was literally thinking during break that I was kind of bummed this was a one shot.
Yeah.
Let's go! More lesbians!
Nether,
Lesbian, let's go!
Oh,
He knows Arnold.
if there's anything
Oh, B knows
that I
Arnold.
can say
Oh, yeah.
about a Nether stream or Nether one shot, is that it's never ever just
Nope.
one shot.
Just kill me now.
Here's our TD. Here's our one shot of Root, part 3.
Yeah, I know there's people from CFJ that know that. Oh dear. B, thank Arnold so much
Yes,
for that.
please.
Let
All
me
the
know
love.
what Arnold would like for an incentive, because if Arnold is into TTRPGs, I can make stuff. My goodness. Oof.
Thank you, Arnold. Hell yeah, let's go.
That's incredible. Thank you.
What a
That
fucking
is-
legend.
Nice. Also, my parents are really proud of me for bringing in this much donations.
As they should be.
Aw.
And they don't even know about the 500 donation. So that'll be a great chat on Sunday.
There you go. Hell yeah.
Live photographic reaction, please.
Oh, I might have. Technically, Arnold is a cat.
Arnold, I don't know where you got a hold of the credit card, but thank you.
I also had in my plans to make a cat map for someone else, so I might have to make like a cat archipelago. I don't know.
I love
We'll see.
that.
That would be a fun thing. So
You owe this
D.
cat wet food.
I owe this cat wet food. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like that.
So D, getting back on track. I would like you to roll 2d6 plus 2.
2d6 plus 2. Okay.
Yes. We're going to TTRPG through this.
2d6 plus 2.
Correct.
Okay, rolling.
You're rolling. That is a 9. So, on a 7 to 9, there is a
It's
disagreement.
+1 for me.
Yes, you're right.
+1.
There
The
may
power of
be
friendship and lesbians.
the power of friendship and lesbians. You may have some. There may be disharmony somewhere, but the power that you're experiencing here with the four of you standing together around this amalgamation of crystal, you realize you've not been closer to these people since that day you fought off the Eidolons and sealed them. Working in harmony, and I technically you should shout out your special magical attack names. You obliterate the Eidolon, and the gem will tell you what clue or useful object it leaves behind. So, Asham, what would be your special magical attack name?
Fuck, I didn't actually think this part through.
While I just
Oh,
frantically
beans.
Google this.
Do we,
I would suggest for Asham,
because I've got one.
you've got one,
of
sure.
incredible violence.
Hey, what's Caritas's one?
Mine is called Knowledge is Power.
Ooh, very
Ooh.
good.
That's fun.
I was thinking for Asham something with synergy in there.
My brain is broken.
It makes sense.
Just
I'm
give me a second to
gonna-
reboot this.
I'm gonna take my sword, which is not a sword at all.
Mhm.
It's the huge tome where I've written down everything I've learned since leaving the family, and I've strapped it to a fuck off long ass pole.
Mhm.
And
I love that.
and I'm gonna do a big hit with the power of knowledge.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, excellent.
I
Theo.
have mine as well if Kaemsi needs a moment. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I neglected to mention that Co, as the spooky witch, communes with the unseen, and for them, the unseen is aliens beyond the stars.
Mhm.
So her magical attack is cleansing bubble blast from beyond the stars.
Yes.
Send out just a shitload of bubbles
adorable.
in the correct direction this time. I might note.
Excellent.
I think Ashim's is just going to be like magical dimension slash and just kind of like cuts through the air.
Ooh,
love
I
it.
love this.
May I also add a side note that Sprinkles the dog also adds their own bubbles?
Yeah, Sprinkles sheds his disguise, and it is now like this adorable crystal fairy doggo that just flies around you, and with like this almost like it almost like fox-like whine charges up and expels this bubble of magical force.
Good boy, Sprinkles.
Kaemsi, did you get one?
Yeah. So in the idea of the thing that hope springs eternal, mine's just going to be like hope strikes eternal.
Hope strikes
Um,
eternal.
I
Oh
love that.
yeah.
I have the carving knife in my hand
Mm-hmm.
in front of Joanna's eidolon face.
Mm.
And the metaphysical power from that shroud that I created pulls into the handle of the carving knife, forms another blade right through the eidolon's head.
The sword blade that you create from energy, from magic, your power,
Yeah.
is larger than the building. And it not just cleaves through this crystalline form. You can hear beams cracking. No, not cracking. Being sliced through cleanly. As you can see a cut through the ceiling and through parts of the platform, parts of the stage that you had been battling on. As this crystal gets cleaved and then explodes, not even shards remaining, as every little thing, every little facet breaks, cracks, disintegrates into dust before that too fades away. Your
Goosebumps. Literally goosebumps.
your hideaway, your sanctum, and eventually the proving grounds of two big fights is now quiet once again. And there, let's focus on the individuals here for a moment. Asham, your blade chipped and much more dangerous than it was when it was a pristine basket sword. Caritas, your soaked figure holding this large hammer with a book, a tome for a head. Ziomara, in blue with your little cute eidolon pet. And Dee, standing there, a sword that is now slowly shrinking to a only slightly ridiculous size. Asham, as you look at Dee, what goes through your head? Asham?
Oh, sorry, I was spacing out.
It's okay. We're pulling you back.
I did not hear my name being called. I'm sorry, what was the question?
No worries. Asham, as you look at D,
Okay.
what goes through your head?
I think Asham is feeling a whole lot of pride in her friend. And also just overwhelmed by badassery.
Hmm.
Just like, holy fuck, that was so cool.
I don't mean to steer too much.
Okay.
But would you say that Asham feels smitten with D?
You good? I think.
Did I make everyone fall in love with me?
I
think,
mean, that tracks.
Oh my
I think
gosh.
maybe Asham does feel a little bit smitten.
Mm-hmm. So, with smitten, when you become smitten with someone, and this is always your choice, you say why that is, you give them a string on you, and you answer a question. And I'm going to pull up that question. If I can find it. Making the playbooks. There we
I
go.
got it. How does pursuing them conflict with your devotion?
Ooh.
I don't think it does unless pursuing D would conflict with the rest of the team? Question mark?
Maybe it feels like you're giving
Like, yeah,
D a
maybe it doesn't
bigger
feel. Maybe it feels like
responsibility.
I'm spending too much attention on one and not protecting the whole group. Would be the only thing I could see.
So what you're saying is you want a polycule.
I mean,
I'm not mad about poly lesbians. I'm just putting that out there.
I'm not either.
I see people talking about Frisbians in chat, and I'm like just wondering, like, a lesbian from Frisia?
I think it's because we tried to say friend and lesbian, and then it turned into frisbee.
I think I know some Frisian lesbians.
That's a different query.
Darn it, captions, don't say friggin'.
I mean, I'd stand down for a friggin' lesbian too. Why not?
That's fair. But yeah, we've. I think did we give D another string on Asham yet or not?
No, you did not.
Okay, then here we go. But aside from Asham, just feeling a touch more for D than previously, we have the other two, and Xiomara. And I apologize, son. This is going to be spacey.
Ooh, roast me.
You look over at Caritas, and you know Caritas as this person that both has her own personal wisdom, but her own personal struggles as well. And one of them is like physical expression. And so it feels slightly almost indecent as you see Caritas in a presentation that she herself would not have chosen.
Are you saying I like it wet?
I'm asking you if you like it wet. And more specifically, I'm asking if you like Caritas wet.
Oh my.
Okay, I was thinking about this while you were establishing, and I feel like Sio's first instinct would be to go to Caritas and to ask if she was okay, and then also ask, "Are you mad at me? I'm sorry I missed. It's been a while. I'm really sorry. It was just in the wrong direction."
Caritas. In this moment of calm, where you start to feel yourself in this moment and trying to like recenter. It's not like you don't immediately start what's the word? In your introspection, because Xiomara is there already, asking these questions, trying to comfort you. What does it make you feel?
I'm overwhelmed. Not necessarily in a bad way, but there's this conflict between the sort of the panic of feeling exposed, but also like the warmth of feeling cared for and cared about.
Yeah, because like the immediate rush from Xiomara to you being so close, would it break your commandment to not have any intimacy until after? Even in this sense of friendly closeness. Because it is
like
part of
intimacy. I think yes. I think there's it's the everything of this moment is enough to kind of break through some of that. And because it's CO, there's the potency of that long harbored entire adult crush. And I think it's enough to snap Kari out of that, away from that panic and more towards just the focus on CO. And that warmth of feeling cared for and cared about and allowing the vulnerability of that. And so instead of just like turning away and being like, I'm fine, it's fine, I think I turn towards and kind of like, you know, open up my body language a little bit and just and kind of, and I'm honest and like, I think I'm okay, but I don't know.
CO would move to give Kari a hug.
Kari is going to immediately squeak and blush and be kind of stiff in that embrace, because not being super used to like genuine physical affection, but sort of like take a moment to like not really breathe, and then
Oh, I know that sensation.
and it's okay.
My God.
It's so cute.
Y'all are adorable.
I will put it to the four of you to tell me, would you consider this a happy ending for episode 1 of a twofer?
I'm good with that.
I feel like we've done it. Vanquished.
I would consider this a happy ending for episode 1 of this one shot. Yes, Nether.
Look,
Part 1 of the one shot.
Eternal fallout.
people unlocked Thirsty Sword Lesbians to thirst harder, and I am gonna stop
Wait, we're
the people
supposed to
from
thirst harder?
next
Say less,
time.
fam.
Next time.